going to get some titanium white. Put myself some titanium white out in there. Now, I'm pretty much back now to using a 1-inch brush for this stage. So I'm just going to, first of all, I've got the Van Dyke brown there, I've got the yellow ochre, so I'm going to use yellow ochre, titanium white in there, and then a little bit of Van Dyke brown in with that. See that? A bit of Van Dyke into that as well. So both sides. I'm just going to tap into that. I might even actually put a smidgen of sap green in with it. Just a tiny bit of sap green in with that same colour. There. And now just up in here, I'm just going to start touching the camber. Just in there. I want to put some light grassy areas going on, just in the background. You can create some depth and layers after doing this. I just want to get some of this in all the way along. There. Leave some of the light showing, because you don't want to kill all that light that you've got in there. In fact, I can dirty that up a little bit more than I have got it. So I'm just dirtying it up a bit more. There. That's it. Bring a bit of that into that. So I put that colour in first, and then I'm putting this greener tone over the top. So again, I could use a yellow ochre, bit of the brown, bit of brown in that, and then just touch where the grassy area is going to be. You actually just sometimes touch that way. See that? Because we know I'm trying to get that effect. Actually use that again, just use the side of the brush, put some more of that in. Now I want to go back and get that green hue which I had from before, and again I'm loading the side of the brush, just the side, and I'm using it like so when I'm tapping it onto the canvas. We'll put some shadows into this as well. I'm just getting the highlight tones first for the savannah colours. You know, the savannah grass that you get and stuff. It's absolutely delicious, it is. So just in there, I'm going to do it a different way now. I'm just tapping. So I'm basically pushing and getting a ridge of paint on that top edge. Just in there, got a few up in that. I just want enough of that yellow ochre and white and the brown colour. I just want that to be there. Now, it comes more or less right up to the front as this colour. So as you come closer you can get more paint on, and the grass will actually look like it's slightly longer. Just in there. Again, we're going to come back and we're going to put the shadows into this, as well as a bit of that lighter yellow ochre in there, just the lighter tone stuff. Put the shadow behind that then. Turn your brush over now and again. That's nice. Right, I'm starting to run out of colour again. Reload. Just don't fight it all the time, let it happen. A bit more brown in with that colour. Bit of white even. See that? I'm just pulling a bit of white through that. Just tap and you can see individual things going on that looks like little bits of like indications of grass. What you want, that's just what you want for what I'm trying to achieve effect wise. Blue, bit of green, in with that, tap that, and then just in there I'm just going to put a bit of that in. Just tap it in for now. I'll change the hue of this anyway, I just wanted to put a little bit of green in with that. Again, I'm going to go back to my white and the yellow, and then I'm just going to tap more of that in there. See that? The layers that you get are awesome. Just layer after layer after layer, but you have to use a lot of paint to get it to do this and to give you this effect. A lot of paint needed. Lovely thing to do though. Absolutely adore it. Bit more brown, and I'm thinking just in here I'm going to put a bit more of a brown tone. The same effect is there. A bit more of the brown tone again, and I'm just going to use that over in this area, using it flat. See that? The flat of the brush. And it's the bristles, the individual bristles, which are actually picking the paint up and then allowing you to put it down. You see, once you put it in, you come back over it and just tap it out, and it just sits in there lovely. And then a bit of that green, just a bit of that green, will come through underneath. Oh, I just love all these tones in Africa, in the grasses. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really buzzes me up when I'm doing these. There's not much that don't buzz me up though in painting, I can't deny that. Right, so I'm just going to mix some bushes. So I'm going to use the black, the blue, the green together. Maybe a bit of brown into that as well. Some good dark colours. A bit more sap green. And then might even get a bit of yellow ochre actually, thinking of that. I wanted to keep taking on those tones, you see, so just a little bit of yellow ochre in there. We'll sort it out. It'll turn green anyway with all the yellow ochre. Something about like so. Tap into the paint, that'll open your bristles up, and then I want to work out where I want some of these bushes. A big one that's starting just there, and it goes right up and breaks that edge actually of that. You can just see it over top. First of all, I'm going to do it with this colour, and I'm going to use the straight darks for the shadows below. Quite a big bush is this one. You get a bit of water sometimes just into that, and it'll make it a bit sharper. You see how this isn't right sharp, and you can't see individuals. See now? Just a bit of water with it will help it to really zing in there. Paint underneath that. And then just on the top, just in there, stick a few bits going along that way. Goes on, and then it actually comes up again just here. So there's a couple of bushes basically growing together, that's what it looks like to me. And then under that we can put some more grassy effects a bit later. Again, just tapping into that dark, and then you get onto it. I'm happy with that. And then you can actually even push into the paint a bit like so. You get a tiny ridge of paint on the top edge, and then with that I just want a little individual, like some sort of a plant or whatever, just stood there. More leaves at the base. I'll put some grass up to that as well. All these things I'm doing for the bushes, I'm going to end up putting grass up to it. Now I want to actually have a bush just there that comes down just past the grassy area, yeah, just there, and then if you push again and get a ridge again, I can just make a few little weedy areas and stuff, just darker than the rest, slightly in shadow. I want to put some shadows. The light is coming down at this angle, so the shadows, if you imagine, I'm just going to put them in now slightly. The shadows are going to come along here for this and just then blend out. Same with that there, the shadows will come down that angle. Same up here, the shadow to the left of that. And that's okay. Right, tap in again, get a fresh load of paint, and just up in here under this tree we've got a bush that comes down again lower than the grass, it's above. Something about like that. I'm going to highlight over these just like I will with these trees and stuff as well, but we're going to bring a few of these trees further forward, so these are further back, and then, you know, all of them are further back, and then I'm going to bring these ones in front. Again, while I've got that colour on there, I'm going to pull a little shadow for that bush just in there. That's cool. Shadow for that one as well. Now I've got a little one just in here. Just a little one going on. Bit of water again. Mix that with the same colour. Dries up so fast as acrylics. You keep mixing water with it, it'll keep good for you. It'll do what you want it to do. It won't rebel like it does when it's drying. It has a tendency of wanting to rebel, not letting you do the things that you want to do. There's one back here as well, a bush that comes down in front. Same on that side. Lock it in the centre. Little bit of a shadow. Same for that one. Give it a little shadow going through there. Smart. Really happy with how this one's going so far. Right. So I need to basically give that area a dry. So I'm going to use my liner brush and I'm going to mix Van Dyke brown with that same dirty colour. So I get some water first, a few drops of water on there, and then get the Van Dyke brown, mix that into that. You need quite a bit of water though for this. About 6 times I've gone back into that to get enough water so that it's thin enough to do the job I'm wanting it to do. So twizzle your brush through the paint, sharp edge, just to a really nice sharp point, and then just on this one I want to bring it slightly down and through. See that? Just bringing it down this extra inch really gives you more depth in the picture, because now this is in the foreground or the middle ground. See that? And then just underneath you can have grasses and stuff. So I always leave a bit of something going on, so it looks like there's something underneath it. And then we'll put a shadow for that. Also, I like to come back in regular and redo certain parts if they want to be stronger in tone. His ears painting like this. There. Again, fresh load. I want to bring this one here slightly in front as well. There. Out there. Smart. Now what I need to do, clean that off. Now I want to highlight these soon, but I just want to put some shadows in for them trees. So I'm just going to get a bit of that same dirty colour, a bit of water with it to make it semi-transparent, and then with that I'm just going to test it somewhere first. Somewhere I'm going to paint over like there. Yeah, that's transparent enough, is that? And then where these trees are, I want to put a little shadow to the right of them. You use your finger sometimes. There. So there's a bit of some sort of a shadow coming from that. They're all in the background. Right, so I'm going to go back to my 1-inch brush. In fact, no. I want to dry it all off first with the hairdryer. This is how I generally dry stuff off, with the hairdryer. And by drying that off, it's going to enable me now to just get some nice lighter greens and highlight all these bushes and trees. I'm going to get some more yellow ochre out as well.